Welcome back to day 9 of Travels Through Tea. I am exceptionally excited about today. We're going to be trying an Assam exotic black tea. So, what does that mean? I've told you before, I'm a historian. I have my master's degree on the British and Indian relationship at the end of empire. Tea is all about empire. If you've ever wondered why the French and Spanish like coffee and the British seem to like tea so much, go back to the 16, 17, 1800s and look at where their empires were. France and Spain, their empires were in places that grew coffee, and Britain was associated with countries that produce tea. At first, with China, who so closely guarded their tea secrets that people were not even allowed to leave the ships, the traders that came in to get tea. It was extremely covert. People tried to go in as spies and steal secrets for how to grow and make tea, what tea was, where the plant came from. It was unsuccessful. Tea was incredibly expensive, so it was a drink of the rich. But as the British began relationships with what we now call India, at one point in time, they went up into this little area in India in the north called Assam, and they found the tea plant growing there, Camellia sinensis. The people in India did not use it at the time as a source for tea. The British were beyond happy. Tea became accessible to everybody. They began to grow it in their other colonies and the areas that they were going into, like in Africa. They attempted to grow it in England, where it failed miserably. I will go into this in great detail. On my website, as soon as I get it up and going, it will go by the same name, Travels Through Tea. Can't wait to share it with you. I almost wrote my thesis on tea because it is so fascinating. This is why I call this Travels Through Tea. It links us emotionally, nationally, internationally. It means so many different things to so many different people, and there are so many different kinds. And the plant itself has so many different characteristics. There's so many different ways to serve it, so many things to serve it with: teaspoons, tea trays, tea towels, tea pots, tea carts. We had part of the revolution in the United States had to do with expelling the tea. And when you think about all the trade that went with that and what came with that, it is a fascinating beverage that has been around for so long. So today, this is a straightforward black tea grown in the Assam region of India. I already know I'm going to love this tea. I haven't had this particular brand before, but I do drink this fairly often. It is a strong tea, generally has a very earthy smell to it, but also very deep plant-based. It does smell exotic. It's very straightforward, black, fermented, rolled tea leaf. It doesn't get any more straightforward than that. So let's have a taste. I can also tell you I'm probably going to have it with sugar. I have most of my strong teas with some sugar, maybe a little milk. I prefer usually just my Earl Grey with milk. There it is, gorgeous brown, matches its little teapot quite beautifully. I have a fairly loose strainer, gets little leaves in there. I don't mind that so much. Anybody who's into reading tea leaves, they wouldn't mind that so much either. Not my thing, but some people love it. I've had it done. It's fun. Beautiful color. I do like to try the tea on its own before adding anything to it. It's just very pure that way. It smells as amazing as it does when it's dry. Again, earthy, strong. The tannin from the leaves almost leaves your mouth slightly bit dry, like a good wine will do, but not excessively so. That's probably a bit much sugar. That just means we'll have to add a little more tea. All right, again, swirling in all its glory. Oh yeah, that's magnificent. So if you want a real taste of India, and the tea that's grown there. Of course, there's other ones that are grown in India as well. But Assam was the birthplace of tea when it came to the British-Indian relationship. They were so excited to find it there, and plantations started growing up around it. All the good and the bad that came with empire, and there was plenty of both, can be summed up in Assam tea. So if you haven't read anything on it, I encourage you to do so. All right, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you on day 10.